Hello, what's up guys? Eman from Peso Smart PH here. Welcome sa panibagong episode. Shoutout to the podcast listeners as well. I appreciate you all. Today, bibigay ko sa inyo yung part 2 ng March dividend paying stocks this March. Take note lang yung mga ex-dates ng mga companies na to, ng mga stocks na to, is from March 15 to March 31. First one sa list natin is si Metro Pacific Investments Corporation. Yung stock code niya is MPI. Yung sector niya is holding firms. Yung dividend payment niya is dalawa, isang 2 centavos and isang 4 centavos. Ex-date is on March 15 and record date is on March 18. Then yung payment date niyan is March 31. Current market price niya is 4 pesos and 1 centavo. Yung dividend yield niya is hindi ganun kataas. It's 1.9%. Yung 5-year payout ratio niya is 24.98%. Hindi rin yan ganun kataas. Second one sa list is si PLDT Incorporated or TEL. Sector niya is Services Telecommunications. Dividend payment niya for this period is 40 pesos per share. Ex-date on March 15, 2021. Record date on March 18. Payment date on April 6. Current market price niya is 1,328 pesos. Dividend yield niya for this period is 3.01%. Usually, nagbibigay pa siya ng pangalawang dividends or pangatlong dividends. Meron kasi silang special and regular dividends every year. So yeah, abang-abang na lang tayo kung nag-hold ka ng PLDT stocks. Abang na lang tayo sa second quarter or maybe third quarter ng 2021. And siguro, most likely, they will announce dividends by that time. Yung 5-year dividend payout ratio niya is sobrang taas, no? Merong isang taon na nagbigay siya like parang 120%, 110%. So kaya ganito kataas yung 5-year payout ratio niya, 105.8%. Next one is si Aboitiz Power Corporation. Yung stock code niya is AP. Sector ni AP is industrial, mainly in electricity, energy, power, and water. Dividend payment is 85 centavos per share. Medyo bumaba ng konti yung kanilang binigay na dividends this year, but still nagbigay pa rin sila. Yung reasoning behind this is medyo bumaba yung kinita nila last year compared to 2019. So yeah, acceptable na kasi nagbigay pa rin sila ng dividends this year. Ex-date is March 16. Record date on March 19. Mababayaran kayo on March 31. Current market price niya is medyo nagdidip, nasa 25 pesos and 20 centavos. Siguro isang dahilan dyan is yun nga, medyo bumaba yung dividend payment niya for this year, but I think they're on their way to recovery naman. So yeah, medyo tataas pa rin yung prices niyan, I think, before the ex-date of this particular stock. Dividend yield is 3.37%. 5-year payout ratio is 57.6%. Okay, next one is si Aboitiz Equity Ventures Incorporated. Yung stock code niya is AEV. Sector is holding firms. Dividend payment is 91 centavos per share. Ex-date on March 16. Same lang ni AP, no? Record date March 19. Payment date on March 31. Current market price niya is 42 pesos per share. And yung dividend yield niya is 2.17%. 5-year payout ratio is 32.6%. Next one on the list is si Emperador Incorporated. Yung stock code niya is EMP. Sector is industrial, mainly in food, beverage, and tobacco. Dividend payment is 9 centavos per share. Ex-date on March 16. Record date on March 19. Payment date niyan is on April 15. Current market price is 10 pesos and 16 centavos. Yung dividend yield na ibibigay niyan sa'yo is medyo maliit lang. Actually, nakapagbigay na sila ng dividends last January, pero mababa lang din yung yield, like less than 1% lang din. So, for this period, nasa 0.89% lang yung ibibigay niyan sa'yo. 4-year payout ratio niya is 39% kasi noong 2019 nakami sila ng isang payment ng dividends. Next up is si Wilcon Depot Incorporated. Sector is services, mainly in retail. Dividend payment is dalawa, isang 10 centavos and isang 2 centavos. Ex-date on March 16, record date on March 19, and payment date on April 16. Yung market price niya currently is 17 pesos and 18 centavos. Dividend yield is sobrang baba, 0.69% lang. 2-year payout ratio lang yung meron si Wilcon, like recent 2 years lang, 2018 and 2019, 27.78% yan. Alright, so andito na tayo sa mga San Miguel Corporation na preferred stocks. Sector niya is holding firms. Yung dividend payment ni SMC2C is 1.5 pesos per share. That is on a quarterly basis, by the way. So ex-date on March 16, record date on March 19, payment date on April 5. Current market price niya is 78.70 pesos per share. Dividend yield niyan is 1.91% on a quarterly basis and 7.64% annually. Ito pa rin si SMC2C yung may pinakamataas na dividend yield among all of the preferred shares na meron sa PSE. 5-year payout ratio is not applicable since this is a preferred stock, so this applies to all of San Miguel Corporation's preferred stocks. Yung next one is SMC2E. So same lang ng sector. Yung dividend payment is of course na iba since this is a different stock. So nasa 1.18 pesos per share yung binibigay niyan every quarter. Ex-date would be on March 16, same lang ni SMC2C. Record date March 19, and payment date on April 5. Current market price is 76.30 pesos per share. That will give you a yield of 1.55% quarterly and then 6.21 annually. 5-year payout ratio is not applicable pa rin. Alright, tuloy natin yung list. SMC2F naman. Same lang yung sector. Dividend payment is 1.27 per share. Ex-date March 16. Record date March 19. Payment date April 5. Yung current market price niya is 79 pesos and 75 centavos. So isa to sa mga pinakamataas yung price currently among the San Miguel Corporation preferred stocks. Dividend yield niya is 1.60% quarterly and 6.40% annually. Next up is si SMC2G. Dividend payment niya for this quarter is 1.23 pesos per share. Same ex-date, same record date, and same payment date. Current market price niya is 76.80 pesos per share. Dividend yield is 1.61% quarterly and 6.43% annually. Wala ulit yan, 5-year payout ratio. And another one coming from San Miguel, SMC2H. Dividend payment niyan is 1 peso and 18 centavos. Same ex-date, same record date, and payment date. Current market price niya is 78 pesos and 90 centavos. That will give you a dividend yield of 1.5% on a quarterly basis, then 6% yan annually. Next one is the SMC2I. Dividend payment is 1.18 pesos per share. Ex-date March 16. Record date March 19. Payment date on April 5. Current market price niya is 78 pesos per share. Dividend yield is 1.52% quarterly and 6.09% annually. Wala pa rin yung 5-year payout ratio. Next one is SMC2J. Holding firms pa rin yan, and yung dividend payment niya ito, isa na to sa mga pinakamababang dividend payments ni San Miguel Corporation na preferred stock. So this one, medyo bago pa rin to. Parang yung susunod din, yung SMC2K. So nasa 89 centavos per share lang yung binibigay niya every quarter. Ex-date is March 16. Record date is March 19. Payment date is April 5. Yung current market price niya is 76 pesos and 20 centavos. Yung yield niya is 1.17% quarterly and then 4.68% annually. Not really that bad, no? Pero I think you're better off with the other San Miguel Corporation preferred stocks instead of getting this one. Although yes, merong chance na si SMC2C or si SMC2E is like ma-recall na. Yung may pinakamalaking chance na ma-recall is si SMC2C since this preferred stock is the oldest among all of the preferred stocks na meron si San Miguel Corporation. Although yes, nobody really knows kung kailan mangyayari yun. Yung mga higher ups lang nung San Miguel yung nakakaalam, yung mga board of directors lang kung i-recall na ba nila or hindi yung particular stock na yun. But yes, kapag ito yung binili mo, itong mas bago nilang preferred stock, you can be sure na medyo tatagal pa siya ng 5 years or more. Of course, this is just my view and opinion on this matter, so just take this with a grain of salt and do your own research then and invest at your own risk, no? Kaya nga lagi kong sinasabi na yung mga investments ko is tinitreat ko as expense para hindi ko sila masyado iniintindi. Kasi inisip ko, okay, ginastos ko na itong perang to. Pero in reality, ininvest ko yun. And yung perang yun is may potential na kumita, no? Na parang magbunga pa ng panibagong pera. So, di ba, gumastos ka na, nagkapera ka pa, saan ka pa? Yung 5-year payout ratio niya is not applicable din. Okay, last one na galing kay San Miguel Corporation, SMC2K. Sector niya is same lang. So, ito, di ba, mababa din yung kanyang dividend payment. Quarterly is 84 centavos lang per share. Same ex-date, record date, and payment date. Yung current market price niya is 76 pesos and 50 centavos. Dividend yield is 1.10% quarterly and then 4.41% annually. Wala pa rin yung dividend payout ratio. Okay, moving on is kay DM Wenceslao and Associates Incorporated. Yung stock code niya is DMW. Sector niya is property. Dividend payment is 4 centavos per share. Ex-date on March 17. Record date on March 22. Payment date on April 8. Yung market price niya, last traded price is 6 pesos and 60 centavos. Dividend yield niya is napakababa lang, 0.71%. And then yung 1-year payout ratio niya, nagbigay naman siya ng dividends last year din, no? Pero yung payout ratio is 5.72% lang. Okay, next one is Manila Electric Company, also known as Meralco. Yung stock code niya is MER. Sector is industrial, mainly in electricity, energy, power, and water. Dividend payment for this period is 7 pesos and 8 centavos. So usually parang 3 beses sila nagbibigay in 1 year. I think last 5 years ganun yung ginagawa nila. 2 regular and isang special. Pero medyo mataas yung binigay ni Meralco ngayon, no? Kasi parang last year nasa 5 pesos and isang 2 pesos yung regular. But ngayon isang regular lang yung binigay nila for the first quarter of 2021. So let's just hope na magbibigay pa rin sila later on this year para medyo mapaangat pa yung dividend yield na ibibigay niyan sa'yo this year. Ex-date is March 25, so medyo late pa to, no? End of the month pa. Record date is March 30. Payment date on April 26, no? So isang buwan pa yung iintayin mo bago ka mabayaran ng dividends itong si Meralco. Current market price is 278 pesos per share. Dividend yield niyan for this period lang 2.81%. So hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung effective annually unless like magbigay na sila ng panibagong dividends this year. Kapag hindi sila nagbigay din, ito na yung dividend yield na makukuha nyo for the whole year of 2021. But I really hope na they still give out some dividends even though kahit hindi 7 pesos per share yung ibigay nila later on this year, like second half or third quarter ng 2021. That would still be nice. 5-year payout ratio is green na green, no? 96.4%. So parang si PLDT lang. Talagang hindi na sila masyado parang nag-i-innovate or whatnot. Mas pinipili na lang nilang i-share sa kanilang mga stockholders yung mga kinikita nila every single year. Okay, home stretch na tayo. Konti na lang itong mga nasa list. Isang preferred stock galing kay GT Capital Holdings Incorporated. Yung stock code niya is GTPPA. Sector is holding firms. Dividend payment, this one is quarterly as well, 11 pesos and 57 centavos. Ex-date on March 29. Record date on April 5. And bumabayaran kayo on April 27. Current market price niya is 1,020 pesos. Dividend yield is 1.13% quarterly and then 4.54% annually. 5-year payout ratio is not applicable. The second stock na galing kay GT Capital Holdings Incorporated, which is GTPPB. Same sector lang. Dividend payment is 12 pesos and 73 centavos. Ex-date on March 29. Record date on April 5. Payment date on April 27. Yung current market price na is 1,035 pesos. Yung dividend yield is 1.23% quarterly and 4.92% annually. 5-year payout ratio is not applicable. Okay, next up is si Century Properties Group Incorporated. Yung stock code niya is CPGP. Sector is property. Dividend payment is 1.67 pesos per share quarterly. Ex-date on March 30. Record date on April 6. Payment date on April 12. Yung current market price itong stock na to is 102 pesos per share. Dividend yield is 1.65% quarterly and then 6.59% annually. Wala rin yung 5-year payout ratio. Last but not the least is galing kay Petron Corporation. Yung stock code is PRF2B. Sector is industrial, mainly in electricity, energy, power, and water. Dividend payment is nasa 17 pesos and 14 centavos. Quarterly basis din yan. Ex-date is on March 31. Record date for this one is April 7 and mababayaran kayo on May 3 pa. So, medyo matagal yung turnover nung payment. Current market price is 1,020 pesos. Dividend yield is not really that bad, no? Mataas din siya. 1.68% quarterly, 6.72% annually. Wala pa rin yung 5-year payout ratio. And now, we are heading towards the end of this episode. Silipin natin yung mga sources for today's video. Andyan si PSC Edge, BPI Trade, isang photo galing kay Unsplash, and Jiffy. Lahat ng mga links niyan is matatagpuan sa description sa baba. Before we end, of course, we have a quote galing kay Carrie Vaynerchuk. Ang sabi niya, "You're not lazy, you just don't love what you do." Okay guys, end na natin yung episode here. Sana may natutunan kayo, and if umabot kayo at the end of this episode, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel para wala kayong ma-miss out sa mga uploads ko every Monday and Friday. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you all on the next episode. Always remember, be Peso smart.